Nice, man. Occupy San Francisco General Assembly starting this evening. Probably, I don't know, I'm guessing 40 people here, 40 to 50. Corporal Nick's here.
So my name is Ben. I'm going to be one of your co-facilitators tonight. Also, Ricardo right here is going to be a co-facilitator. And Dudana? I'm sorry. He will also be one of our co-facilitators tonight. And our stack taker is going to be Chris. And everybody's going to be a peacekeeper. But I don't think we're going to need that tonight since it's such a beautiful night and we're back in our own stomping grounds. I feel damn wonderful. Who's going to be our note taker? Do we have a volunteer for a note taker? Is Maria around? Yeah, the note taker is pretty important so that we actually have a record of what's going on here tonight. Does anyone want to volunteer to be a note taker?
I don't have pencil or have
Where'd the tips go?
Thank you so much, Mike. It's also writing down the announcement. Yeah, but we have a volunteer. Thank you very much, Mike. Chris will do it too. Thank you very much. So we're going to do our General Assembly kind of different tonight, if that's all right with all y'all. We're going to do an explanation of the consensus process and what this is all about after our announcement. And I'd like to start this beautiful General Assembly. If people could just stand up and be recognized. Oh, no, I'm not saying stand up now. I'm saying and recall a good memory of being here when we had a physical occupation. Being back here, I can think of many good memories. So,
Any that aren't dirty?
Dirty as long as they're good dirty.
Thanksgiving 2011. Right? Right, you guys? We'd repelled numerous opposition, you know? Yeah, Thanksgiving was a better day for all of us. Absolutely.
Anybody else?
I'll just turn off. October 16th when we got raided and the cops, it was just mayhem here, but they took everything down, and then after it was all cleared, we started rebuilding right away. And that was beautiful. Everyone's just putting the tarps back up, getting the kitchen up, you know, just whatever. It was great. Big time. I remember that.
One of my favorite memories here is when the police tried to put barricades around the camp, and we took down the barricades and we made a statue right there.
I remember in early October when we moved from 101 to here, and everybody just all moved in within a couple hours. It was all set up. Remember that? It was a very happy day. Anyway, I was there.
I remember when we stayed up all night waiting for the raid. That because we had members of the Board of Supervisors here, didn't happen. If they hadn't been here, I bet you would have. And I remember when everybody was really nervous, all the new people were really nervous and I broke the tension by telling my Woody Guthrie story and got a laugh. And I won't tell it now. You can see me offline.
You're talking about the working group. I know about it.
I remember when they kettled GA and they told us we couldn't have GA. And so many people stood so strong that we got to have it anyway, and the cops left.
Full retreat.
Anybody else? David?
I just remember how physically beautiful it was, walking through and seeing the variety of tents and people and activities and sports. It was always inspiring. left, I loved the drum circle. Did I not? I love it.
All I basically remember is just the spirit of coming down here every night. I mean, I'm one of the working 99%, but I would come down here on my nights off to speak with people from all over the city, visitors, tourists, and the folks down here at the camp, and it was just great those weeks that I came down every night.
Anyone else?
I just remember a lot of really nice, very early morning kind of parties with people outside their tents as the sun was coming up.
I remember the zip line on October 15th. I remember my very first rain and the solidarity that I felt when we came back.
I remember when there was about 14 of us down in that corner of Bradley Manning Plaza, and Make Banks Pay ended their march here, and we ended up having this huge general assembly of like 100, 200 people, and that night we decided to move to 101 and didn't leave until forced.
Anybody else?
Sure. Tons of people.
Oh, great. I remember the third time the riot police came, and they siphoned off an entire street. And Mike and Sam took over an intersection, meditating. And I approached them, and I said, I've seen the best minds of my generation stalk, hysterical, naked. And then I raised my hand to the skyscrapers and said, Malik, Malik, Malik. And then the entire line of the police disappeared.
I remember in particular on this day when we started over here, I believe, and started writing love in Korean. And eventually you got a team, and they went all the way around the entire square writing love in Korean. And it was just this most beautiful, spontaneous work of art that happened. I thought that was fantastic.
That was good. Thank you, Adam. Anyone else?
I remember feeling safe sleeping out in a place like this with everybody watching each other's back. And I remember when we had plants growing here and people, and it was just full of life. And now it's a lot better than it looks now. Yeah. We just improved it a whole lot. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember all the conversations that just spontaneously we would have every day, all the time. There was never an end of any conversation. It was just pause.
I remember when the police had a barricade about 50 feet down the street, and people were getting tense, and other people trying to calm them down, and people were standing between. The guys were getting angry, and the police. And then we formed a line where people just sat down. You guys remember that? I think Brian was one of those sitting there. I was doing a peaceful thing. It was an interesting time.
Anyone else? Okay, well, great. Now that we're all recollecting and remembering those days when we had a physical occupation. We're going to do our GA a little bit differently today, if that's okay. It's basically just a different order, but we're going to have our announcements right now. And we have one announcement that's going to take a little bit longer than the average announcement. And I wonder if that's okay with people. It's going to take maybe about 5 minutes. Okay, so let's have that announcement.
So I think most of you know who I am. My name is Rachel. I started coming down to Occupy in September because of Noisebridge. Noisebridge is a community that I belong to that's run by consensus and emphasizes individual autonomy.
I might need you to hold this in.
Members of that community were coming down here and supporting Occupy.
Thanks,
The bike-powered battery charger, my friend Jake made that. The thing with all the USB hubs, so everyone can plug their phone in and charge that. My friend Zach made that. And those are the people that brought me down here in September. And I stayed because of how inspiring it was and all of the amazing people that I met. And that community, Noisebridge, continued to support Occupy as it grew. We had tents there that some members of our community stayed in from time to time, and we brought different technology and laptops and all kind of shit, you know?
Want me to grab it?
And then there's this thing that's been happening the last couple months where so Noisebridge is a workspace, right? We have an agreement in our community that the space is for working. And we actually have a number of members of the community at Noisebridge who are homeless, and they are also part of this community understanding that a workspace can only be a 24-hour amazing open to the public workspace if it's not also anybody's bedroom. So that community, which has existed for a number of years, has a level of respect for what each other wants, right? That's how the community stays together. And some people from Occupy decided that no, they should actually get to stay at Noisebridge. Even though there are members of the community at Noisebridge who have contributed very much to our community who have no place to stay, and they go away from Noisebridge at night because that's what we've all agreed to. And then some people from Occupy thought that, well, fuck that, they could do whatever they wanted. And so the community of Noisebridge has dealt with a lot of different people who have tried to change it in ways that we didn't like in the past. And that community is pretty strong, resilient, and really smart, actually. And most of them are really aware of the fact that people who want to act disrespectfully are not necessarily representative of an entire community. But I just want to point out that this organization, which has ideals pretty much identical to those of Occupy, and has been supporting Occupy since it began in a material fashion, and people from Noisebridge continue to pay for our web hosting and contribute resources to a lot of you, you know, and my friend who built the bike charger and who actually, when it was raining in December, welcomed a number of Occupy
Good turnout at the BMP.
To stay there, to a squat. And he actually said maybe a week or two ago that maybe Occupy should be banned from Noisebridge. And I just think that, wow, like, isn't it really sad that an organization and a group of people that have been supporting a kind of ideals in a community for the entire time it's been here, you know? Like, for them to kind of not necessarily feel that strongly about that support anymore due to issues of disrespect, disrespectful behavior, and just a lack of really willingness to pay attention to what's going on around you. Well, it would be a shame if that was what this community became. That would really be sad. And so I just wanted to point out to this community that if you allow disrespectful behavior to continue around you, then what will happen is that you'll be surrounded by disrespectful behavior. And if we want to create a community that is open and welcoming to all and models the society that we would like to see, then we need to be doing that.
Did you have a clarifying question? And then we're going to move on to other announcements. The individuals who apparently have been creating a problem at Noisebridge for you, I assume they weren't appointed by Occupy to do that. I would hope that Noisebridge would understand that, Occupy is made up of autonomous individuals.
Hi, Dharma.
And those
Pleased to meet
individuals
you.
should be held accountable for their actions. And I just hope you could maybe clarify that the individuals, that are misbehaving, you know who they are, and that you're not going to hold everybody responsible. We don't even know who the people are. Okay, we're gonna have, we possibly are gonna have a discussion about this after we do our proposal. So, we had a clarifying question. So, Rachel, can you answer the clarifying question?
As I said in my announcement, that community is very much aware of the nature of autonomy. And what my concern is, and I'm not naming those individuals, even though I saw one of them earlier tonight, and some of them are people that I know, and some of them are people that I've spoken to about their behavior. And I don't think anyone is like, oh, all of Occupy is occupying Noisebridge. The issue is that
Who's on staff?
enough
Who's staff
different
taker?
people have come to Noisebridge saying that they are from Occupy and behaving disrespectfully, that in that community, which has been supporting this group from the beginning, there is actually an impression of the entire organization being that way. And it's not because those people are mistakenly appointing an individual as whatever asshole of Occupy, it's because so many people are doing it that it's actually giving that impression. So that's why. And if we wanted, when it comes to discussion time, if we want to discuss this more, I just wanted to come here because that community, which I've been a part of for a number of years, asked me to come here and deal with this in this group as well, because they see me as one of the people who seeks to occupy the most out of Noisebridge. So here I am, giving you the message from that community. Yes, they know it's not all of you, but if this community behaves disrespectfully to the groups that support it, those groups will no longer support it.
Thank you very much, Rachel, and thank you very much. So we're going to now move on to announcements right now. So if you want to make an announcement, Chris is our stack taker, so just get his attention.
Hi everyone, my name is Nancy, and this is more of an update announcement. So Thursday, March 8th, International Women's Day. We plan on having a bank action, so we're going to meet at 101 Market Street at 10 a.m. Previously it's been 10:30 a.m., but 10 a.m. on March 8th, International Women's Day, and we will march to a local cafe. Okay. I have flyers if you're interested.
I guess if you could just stand here and... Want me to hold it? There's nobody watching.
So I have a couple of announcements. One is I'm Craig. I just want to make an announcement that for people who may need housing, there are groups available to do that. Homes Not Jails meets at 8 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday nights at 417 South Van Ness. So if you're willing to do some work to find a place to live, you can come to that meeting. It is work. It's not a hotel room. It's not a place to just go and crash. You actually have to do some work to secure your space, to make it your space. The other thing is Occupy SF Housing meets on Thursdays at 6 p.m. at the Tenants Union building, 558 Cap Street. And Direct Action Working Group meets Wednesdays at 6 p.m. at the Redstone building. That's all.
So we're gonna have a meeting of the Permaculture Working Group on the 25th at 101, and we're inviting Rainbow Grocers. Maybe we'll even do it here if this lasts. And we're inviting food system workers and gardeners and farmers and people interested to come organize for the 27th, which is Monday, the National Day of Action to Occupy the Food System. There's people doing actions like turning urban lots into gardens and having sea changes and stuff in New York City and Fort Lauderdale and up in Portland, Washington, D.C. So we're thinking about, we're going to meet up around noon at 101 on the 27th, and we're going to have a seed bank. We're gonna do like a seed giveaway and exchange seeds with each other. Whoever can bring them, please do. And also, if you want to have some written information or bring some knowledge in your head or skills to share, we're gonna be teaching each other about regenerative skills and sustainable living, growing food, and talking about actually doing so in the city where we could do that. So that's the 25th from 11 to noon before GA, and then the 27th starting at noon at 101.
Wow, how many audio? Hey, can you hold this for a minute? Can you just hold this here for a minute? I'll turn it here.
Hey Buddha, this is Dharma. That one? Thanks. Yep, I'll tell him. What's going on?
Thanks, man.
Buddha said the video and the audio is very clear.
Oh, that's great.
It should be still on there on the screen.
Let's sit in the picture.
I think this looks great. We can even see the sign that says Porter San Francisco Very Village. Great. Okay, so if you want to come with this and do that, or whatever you want to do. Okay, ready? Okay, one more. Let's see.
Maybe you must straight your
Awesome. That was fun.
Alright, is everybody paying attention? This announcement has somewhat to do with what Hillary was touching upon, the ability to go through and do it right.
Can't hear you. Mike. Volume?
This project is called Project Feature, and I've been talking about it for some time. Tonight we have a guest and a presentation video of this project that we'd like to show everybody after the GA. So I'm just announcing that after the GA, for those of you who've already signed up for Project Feature and are interested in this land reclamation Army in Santa Cruz Mountains. Please stick around and we'll show you a great video Dave's put together, and I can answer any questions anybody might have. That's my announcement. I'm from Occupy Lincoln, Nebraska. Camping all winter long through the snow, and March 1st we're facing eviction. So we're trying to blow it up, we're trying to get some attention, we're trying to get some help. There's a lot of occupies, a lot of people all throughout the country in little pockets here and there. They've been pissed off their whole life. Occupy brought them together. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
It's a lightning rod, really. The energy was already there. Occupy gave that energy somewhere to go.
Right on.
Really important, and we know what we're doing with it. Do something really important, forming intentional communities, putting together infrastructure, establishing avenues of communication, etc., 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 community building. Anyway, so like, what I want to say is please, like, reach out to where you're from, where your family's from, like friends, all that stuff. There's all these places all around the country, all around the world. They need some support. They need a little bit of love. They need some inspiration. If you inspire people, they will do great things. So please, like, reach out into your community and, like, really, keep the spirit going. And let's figure out what we're going to evolve into. I have one suggestion: go from Occupy to Octopi, which is a multiple tentacled thing. That, it's like, and it's made up of little circles that act as suction cups, like communities and anarcho-syndicated communes, all in the center hub. Anyway, it also draws attention to the oceans, which we are slowly killing, and also that Occupy really does need to support environmentalism a little bit more, because if we're going to continue to occupy this planet, we really need to assess that first and forget student loans, forget a bunch of the other dribbly gobbledygook.
Here.
We need to save all the children. 20,000 children die a day. 20,000. So please, thank you so much. I love you all.
Right
Occupy
on, brother.
Lincoln.
Peace.
Okay, I'm going to announce the next meeting of the Occupy San Francisco Working Group Coordination. We started about a month ago. We had 2 meetings at the Redstone. The next meeting is Saturday at 4 o'clock. We usually have refreshments. You all are welcome. However, if you are part of a working group, it is more important that you attend, because it's a place where we hope we can get more coordination among the working groups. Thank you very much.
So you recorded?
I have by the way, I have a copy. Beth sent out the minutes or the notes to the last meeting. I have a copy with me. If anybody didn't get them today and wants to read them, you can read them. I have a copy.